Hey, and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create the Canva designer toys box. And you can literally put anyone into this box, so you can just play around with it. And I think it's pretty cool, so I'm going to show you how I created it, and it's all done within Canva. And let's get started. So this is the box, and this is the inspiration where I got it from. If you look at the Barbie box, and what's important to know is I'm looking at the shadows. So if you look at these shadows right here, and if you look at the box, the background, there's a difference in coloring, and that's what you have to take into account when you are creating this box. So we want to create a box first, and we want to put someone in it. Okay, so this is the inspiration, and this is what I created from it. So you will see also all the effects that I put into this design. So let me just take this apart for you real quick. So this is a layer, and I'm going to show you where to get it in a second. Let me remove it, and let me just remove all of this and remove the guy as well. It's all layering. So let me just, so this is the box, and I want to focus on the box. Okay, so let me just go to an empty design here, and let me just grab this element. This is a square element, a shape element. So what I'm gonna do is, let me go to elements real quick, and let me go to shapes, see all, and grab this element. Okay, so this is the element that we want to use, and I'm gonna drag it to here. Let me look at this design again. So we want to make 4 of these elements, right? And on the bottom we want to make a bigger one. Okay, so let me just recreate it like this and put it here, and let me make the color the same yellow. Let me see, yellow color. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to make a square first. Okay, Control C, Control V, copy paste, and I'm gonna do it real quick, and I'm gonna make a top like this, and the top is a little bit more, it's shorter, right? So let me make it shorter. Let me just go down a little bit, make it shorter like this, put it here, and I want to recreate the box shape. So this one, Control C, Control V, I'm going to duplicate it and put it here. Okay, so we're starting to get a box, and on the bottom we want to create like a bigger one. So Control C, Control V, put it all the way down. Let me see, let me make it a little bit bigger at the bottom like this. Okay, so this is how we start with our first frame. We have our frame, and now we want to create the shadow, because we want to make it appear like a real box with shadows, right? So if you look at the shadow here, it's just a darker color frame. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate this one. Just click here, Control C, Control V, and duplicate it, and I'm gonna put it next to this one. Okay, and I'm gonna make the color darker, like a darker yellow. And what I can do, or what you can do, is you can just click on the color picker, and you can make it a little bit darker. Like you can just move around and see what color fits you, what fits the best, you know, what is the color that goes with the color that you are using. So let me just go back and put it back to the same color, because I already have the color. It's a little bit darker yellow, so I'm gonna put it here. And so this is the darker yellow, and this is gonna represent the shadow. So the shadow doesn't have to be all the way over the yellow. So like this, let me see, and it has to be a little bit more, a little bit broader like this. Just looking at my own design. Okay, put it a little bit like this, and I want to create one on the top as well. That's the roof. Okay, like the top. So Control C, Control V, Control V, and I'm gonna turn this around and make this on the top, right? So this is the top of our box. So let me just move it inside like this. So now we have a top and a side. You know, this is very important. And what we want to create now is the shadow, because there has to be a shadow. If you look at this Barbie box right here, you will see she has her hands on the side cover, and here's the top, and there's shadow here. That's because the light is not coming all the way through, so there's like a shadow. So we want to recreate that, but first we also got to recreate the background, right? It's also lighter than the other colors. So you got to look at the coloring. That's very important. So behind, now it's white. We don't want to have white. We want to have it like a little bit of yellow, but a lighter color yellow. So let's grab one of these, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna put it all the way in the back and like this. And I'm gonna put this also like this and put this all the way to the bottom like this. So now we have our background, but now it's too yellow. It's the same yellow as the front. So we want to have that as a lighter yellow. And this is going to be the most lightest, light color. So I already have it like here. And you will see the differences. You see, so there's like, this is the yellow, the first yellow, then there's dark, and there's the lightest yellow is in the background. Just like if you look at this design, there's like pink, and all the way in the back is a little bit light. Okay, so let me just go ahead and finish this off with the shadows. And before we dive into the shadows, let me show you something real quick. And I'm making all these tutorials, and I want to give you a really cool option. If you want to become a Canva superhero, I can teach you to become a Canva superhero and design just like me. And I'm gonna show you how to design like me and how to make money with Canva. Go to ninojustino.com/Canva for a very special deal, and I will teach you all my designs. So I have to throw it in there so I can keep doing these cool tutorials for you. So let's get back and let me show you how to create these shadows. So now that we have these shadows, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the shadows now that we have the side and the top, I'm gonna add the shadows. So let me just look real quick what the shadow was that I was using. It is, let me see, it's texture, and I think it's background grain texture. Okay, let me just go ahead and search that for you. So go to elements, and we're gonna look for grain texture. And let me see what we have right here. So this is it. I have it right here. It's like it's orange. Okay, so let me just go down and just grab the orange texture, and I'm gonna make sure it's all the way on the top, and it has to be all the way from left to right within the box. Okay, so let me see if it's the same. And I think this one is a little bit smaller, so I just double clicked it, and you can see that I played with the size. So I'm going to do the same, because now the shadow is too big. So I'm going to double click, and I'm going to make this smaller from the top to the bottom, make it a little bit smaller, click, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to click on this color, because we want to change the color, and we're going to use the same dark as we used for our background. And let me just put it right here, and let me just go ahead and look at the above, because I believe I even yes, I used more layers. Okay, because now it's too light. You want to use more layers. So I'm going to click on it. So Control C, Control V, put it on the right spot, and then another time Control C, Control V. So now we have 3 layers, and it makes it turns into like a shadow. Okay, that's what we want to recreate, like a shadow. So now we want to also recreate the shadows on the right side, just like in the real box. There's a little shadow here, but I made it a little bit more dark. So what I've done is I'm just gonna grab this one, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna turn it like this, and I'm also gonna make it smaller. Let me see, because this is too much of shadow. I want to have a small shadow, not too big. So double click again, and make it way smaller like this. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is drag it all the way to the right side. Now we have a small shadow, and you want to have it also in the bottom. So now we're gonna go ahead and copy this one, Control C, Control V, and put it all the way down like this, and it's perfect. So and I'm gonna cut it on the bottom like this, because I don't want it to be in front of the front box, right? So I'm gonna cut it, and let me just show you something, because now it's not lining up. That's no problem, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on this one, and this one has to be in front. So we're gonna go to position, and we're gonna move it all the way to the front like this. Boom. So now it covers the shadow. This is also what we're gonna do with this one. We're gonna go to position and all the way to the front. Boom, like this. So now the shadow is behind, and we have a perfect shadow, right? And let me just move it a little bit more inward. Let me just, with the arrow buttons, I'm gonna move it, because it doesn't have to be a very big shadow. Okay, just like this. Boom. Okay, so now we have our shadow on top, shadow on the bottom, and it seems like a box. It has depth, right? So now let's go ahead and play with our names. So we gotta have like a Canva name, and then we put the person inside. Okay, so first what I want to do is, let me just show you real quick. Drag this up. There's like I made like a make it like a circle, and it's I think it's a blob. Let me just go ahead and look at the info. Yes, it's a blob. I like using blobs, the shape of a blob. So let me just go ahead and type in blob, and you will have different shapes. I really like them. So graphics, and I'm gonna use the blob. Let me see this one, make it bigger, and I want it to be like in the corner like this, crazy blob. Okay, and let me make it the right color, the front box color. Double click to make it fit within the design like this, and now it's like there's like a blob here. And what I also want to do is cover this up on this side. So I'm gonna do Control C, Control V. Another time I want to have another one, so I'm just gonna turn it like this, play a little bit with it, and make it fit the screen like this. Just play as you wish. This has to be, I'm just creating a little bit of an effect for my text. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab this text. Let me just see, it's shrink hand I used. So I'm gonna do a text here. Let me just put a text. Sorry, let me show you, because some people don't know the shortcuts. Let me just show you how I do it. Just text. Okay, and I click the first one, and I'm gonna type Canva. Let me see if I use smaller letters as well. So Canva, and I'm gonna use the same typography is Canva, and it's shrink hand. Okay, and this one I don't like to use all black, so I'm gonna use it a different kind of black, a little bit softer black like this. Okay, and I'm gonna make it bigger, and I'm gonna put it over what I just created. And what you want to do is we want to create an effect that also the lines has some yellow of the box there. Okay, if you see it right here, there's like a yellowish around the Canva. Okay, that's shadow. So I'm gonna just put this a little bit more down, and even make them a little bit closer to each other, because now there's, sorry, letter spacing. Put them a little bit closer to each other like this. Okay, make it a little bit more to the side, and then I'm gonna let me just go ahead and click on effects, and you want to create a shadow, and this is a shadow that you want to have, right? But you want to make the shadow yellow, the same yellow as the front of the box, and you want to make sure that the shadow is on top, so not on the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to play with the direction, and let me just, I think now it's, you don't see it very good. Let me just change the color so you can see what I'm meaning. Let me make it like this. Okay, so if I play with direction, you will see it will change, you see, and I want to have it on top like this. So this is a perfect one. And let me see, make it play with this as well, and it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. And the blur, you want to just see what works for you the best, and I will keep the blur all 0. Transparency, I will make it 100. I want to have it, it should be like a box, so the box is should be real. And this is the red color right now. I'm going to change it to the yellow, and now we have this yellow. And if I put my person inside, you will see the yellow also coming back. If I go all the way up to the design, you will see the yellow just coming also back within the design. It's important. It's like a card box, like just like here. You see, this is the effect that I try to recreate. So now that we have this, what we're gonna do is you're gonna put another text here. This is I'm just gonna copy and paste this because it's not hard to put text. You understand what to do. Just put designer toys here, Canva designer toys, and then I'm gonna put my person, my doll, I'm gonna put it inside. So this is an image. Okay, you're just gonna go and click on it, edit image, and we're gonna do background, remove the background. And once the background is removed, I'm gonna click on apply, and I'm gonna just make it, I don't like to use a lot of space, so I'm just cutting all the extra space off, put it like this. And what I'm gonna do is, let me just Control C, copy this guy, and I'm gonna put it inside of my box. So it's here, he stands right here, and I'm gonna position it, let me see, backward, and it should be all the way to the back like this, backward. Now it's boom, he's inside of the Canva box right now. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this guy. So let me just Control C, Control V, and make him smaller, just like this. Put him on the side of the box right here, and we're gonna do an edit image, shadow. We're gonna choose glow, and you want to click on this on these options, and you want to make this shadow the same color as the front of the box, right? So let's make it yellow. And now what we want to do is we want to play with the size and the transparency. The transparency should be all the way to a 100 because it should be just like a card box, and the blur should be lower because we don't want to have blur. Just put it on 1 like this. And then we're going to play with the size, like you can play with the size like this, and I'm just putting it on 7, or let's make it 6. Now he has a little bit of a card box around it. Okay, so let me click on apply. Now we have this guy on the side. Okay, so now that we have this design, the guy in the box, the guy on the side, we want to create a little ribbon here, and it's, let me just go ahead and type in ribbon elements, my bad, ribbon corner, also corner, ribbon corner. So here are some corner ribbons that you can use. This is the one that I used. I'm going to click on it, and it's the other way around because it's not on the right direction now. So I'm gonna flip it vertically. No, that's not good. Flip it horizontally, and now I'm gonna turn it just like this, make it a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna make sure it fits within the corner of my box like this. Put in the corner, and I'm gonna make it a different color. Let's make it white, and then you can put any text you want on top of it. Okay, so that's the design. And if you have this, now we want to put our plastic to make it more realistic. So what we're going to search is plastic, and let me see, there are different plastics that you can use, and just let me see if I can find the same plastic cover film cutout. Plastic cover film cutout. I want exactly the same. Maybe I have to search at all and not at graphics. Oh yeah, that was the case. So instead of looking at graphics, you got to look at all, and because I think it's an image, so I'm gonna grab it. Let me see, here's my design, grab it, and I'm gonna put this on top of my design, right, like here. And what I want to do is I'm gonna cover my box like this, and then I'm gonna double click and I'm gonna cut it inward like this, cut it inward like this, so it fits our box perfectly. Okay, you gotta make it perfect. You gotta just go ahead and see how your box fits. And this guy, you want to put him on front as well in the end, because you don't want the plastic to cover him. So let me just go ahead and also put up, let me just go ahead to my design. There's a little sticker right here with sale, so also that is something that I'm gonna, it's a round sticker, and boom, like this. This is my sticker. I'm just gonna put it here on top, and here you can put your text on top of it as well. I'm not gonna show you how to put text. It's very simple for you to do. You know how to do that. And this guy, I'm gonna just position it to the front like this. Boom, and there you have it. This is your Canva designer toy box. I'm curious to see what you create, so let me know what you think of this video. Also, again, if you want to join my masterclass, if you want to join my course to become a Canva superhero and design like me, make money with Canva, go ahead and go to ninojustino.com/Canva. You can also click on the link below this video to get started with a very good deal on my website. So thank you for watching and happy designing.